Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Vivek's Automation Lab. So in the last session we were learning regarding volume mapping in Docker, right? So we said like we can do the mapping of folders or files in the container and the host machine, so that whatever we are doing in the container, it will be saved in our local host machine, and when we stop the container, when we remove the container, still the files are there. So we also went through an example like, okay, when suppose we are executing our Selenium script and we have a, after a script is done, we have some report we want to see later, right? So once the container is stopped and removed, still it is saved in our local system. So let's do it in command prompt. So, okay, so let me open two instances of the command prompt because we will need two. So, okay. So suppose I have created this Docker folder in my documents folder. So this place, let me copy it. So I'm just going to this in command prompt. Okay. So this is our local host path. Okay. So this is where we want to do the mapping from the container. Okay. And in the next window, now let me run one command for volume, right? Volume mapping. So let's see if I have anything. Okay, so here is the command: docker run -it, because I want in the interactive mode, like I can enter the input and output. And then I did a volume mapping. So if you see users, Vivek Mishra, documents, Docker. So this is the path of my host machine, my local machine. And then user BC is the path in the container. So if you think, okay, from where I got this path, user BC. So friends, you can take any path. Suppose this user BC is not there in the container, so it will create this path in the container. So we can see it. Let me first execute this command and let's see what is happening. So I will just press enter. So since the Ubuntu image is not there in the locally, so it's just downloading it. So it may take few seconds. So we can just wait for that, and then we can see. Just few more seconds. Okay, great. We are done. So now we are into the container, right? Because we run the container in the interactive mode, and now the container is running. So now we are inside the container. Okay. Now suppose in the container, if I see what are the files I have or what are the folders. So if you see, we have this much. So if you see here, right? This one. Sorry. This is the user. Okay, so our value mapping is inside user. We said B and C. So let's see what is there. So we can go to inside user first. So cd space user, and then if you see what we have here, so we have B here, right? If you see this, we have B, because so this B is created because we did the volume mapping. So maybe initially it was not there, but since we created it, we said we want to map this path, and then Docker says, oh, there is this path is not there in the container, so it creates by itself. Okay, now I go to this path cd b. Now if I say, now inside this B we have C, right? Now let me go to the C, cd space C. Now I came to the C. So I came to the user BC. That's the path of the container, right? What we used in the volume mapping, user BC. So I just went to user BC. So let me see here. Sorry friends, yeah. Now let's see what we have inside this. Okay, so we don't have anything in the C. So now what we will do, let's create something in the C so that we can see. So let me see, make directory, our directory for volume mapping. Okay, I created one directory named our directory. So you can create anything. So let's hit enter. Now if you see ls -a, so if you see here, now this directory is there, our directory. Now friends, if you go to the host path, right? So this is our host path. Let me go to the host path, sorry. So our host path, oh yes, so this is our host path, right? And if you see our directory volume mapping, so this is created in our local system. Okay, we created in the container. Since we have the volume mapping, it's created here, and same we can see from here also. Let me go to this path. Now if you say directory, because we are in the Windows, so we can see directories. So if you see directories, it is showing here our directory from volume mapping, right? And if you create something here, make directory A B C D E, A B C D E. Now if you see directory, now we have one more directory A B C D E, right? And if you go to here, we have created A B C D E. So this time we created in the local, right? So this time we created in the local. So now let's see whether it is coming to the container. So we will say ls minus l A B C D E. See, so this is created. So volume mapping means whatever we are doing in the container, the path that we map to the volume, right? Whatever we are doing in the container, it's reflecting in the local. Whatever we are doing in the container, it's reflecting in the container, and whatever we are doing in the container, it's mapping in, it's mapping, or it's visible, it's reflecting in the local host, local system, right? So friends, this is about the volume mapping I wanted to show you. So in the later videos, right, when we discuss the Selenium, when we create the Selenium script and we execute and we generate the report, and you will see, okay, the report is generated, we can see in the container. But once we stop the container, so let's see we can stop this container, exit, and then we will say, okay, docker ps, let's see how many containers are there. So we have this container, right? So let's say this container is already stopped now, right? Now let's remove it. Docker system prune minus a. So I'm just removing the container. I just say yes, and then if I go see if I have the container, it says no container. But now if I go to my local system, right? Let's go to the local system. Here is the local system. If I say directory, so still I have my directory saved. If I go to my local directory here also, we can see still it is there. If you go to the documents and come back to the Docker, so this is not removed, this is not deleted. So we remove the container. So there is nothing in the container now, but we have saved it in our local system. So we can refer it. Suppose you have done more operations. So this is just for demo, like I have created few directories, but in the real time you have done more operations, you have generated some report. So everything is saved in your local. So whenever container is closed and removed, still it is saved in your local file. So this is going to be very useful, friends. So we'll discuss more regarding this when we will discuss the Selenium WebDriver script execution. Hope you are liking the video. Thank you for watching, and just subscribe and put any comment if you have any questions. Thank you.